him any minute now. And for those you guys, I see you, Phil. You know what I'm saying? All you guys that that did the interview, like I said, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. We had to cut that hour. That's why we're now doing it for 30 minutes. We had to do that hour thing, man, and chop it up into like 30 minutes. We're gonna be able to do this. So yeah, here we go. Marquese. Yeah, he did. Hold up, wait. Give him a second. He should be coming in. All you gotta do is accept it. I'm sure he hears me. Here we go. We're rocking now. There we go. Mr. Marquese Braxton's in the building, y'all.
Thanks for having me, man. How you doing, brothers?
Yeah,
Long
I'm
time
chilling,
no
man.
see.
Yeah, long time, man. I see you cut the grades too. Everybody got the grades.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm embracing it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes,
no
sir.
need of fighting it, man. I'm just happy to be here.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Dig. So, all right, this is what we do here, man. We
hmm
just talking basketball. We talking high school basketball. We
Right,
talking what you doing now. We
right,
talking the Hillside High School career.
right.
We Hey, man. Like I was telling the people before you got on, I was just letting them know that I seen your growth, man. I remember because I was a year behind
hmm
you, and like I saw you go from a little scrawny guy to a nice little, you know what I'm saying, filled out true high school basketball baller. But
Yeah,
his pops used to be like, "Come on, son, you can't do." Yeah, I see
yeah,
Phil out there talking junk. Well, yeah,
yeah.
just tell us about your career. Did you play bitty basketball?
I did, yeah, man. I started playing bitty basketball. Like I think the year of his inception.
Mm,
Um, my father was very active in it.
mm,
He got tight with Mr. Dave Clerman. Those of a certain age know who Mr. Clerman is. You know
yeah,
what I
yep,
mean? My father was involved. Philip Moore's father was involved.
right.
Damian Dunn's father was involved. Jamal Hudson's father was involved.
That's another one. Yeah,
Yeah. And if I'm forgetting anybody, I mean no disrespect. And yeah, so I played from the beginning, man, and I was pretty terrible.
really.
Yeah, I was awful.
Oh man, you gotta go
Yeah,
into that one because like
yeah.
from what
Oh
I
my
saw,
God.
I
Yeah.
mean, you know what was clearer in my mind
hmm
is the more so the Marquise high school days.
Uh-huh.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm getting in my mind. But Biddy, yeah, you had to be careful because I didn't know you played.
That first year I played, and I met some of my best friends through that, like Scott Hicks.
Mm,
You know what I mean. I already know L.A. Lamar Adams at the
yeah.
time,
Mm,
and so I would just remember, like, so my father became a coach.
mm,
And I think my first team was like the 76ers or something
yeah.
like that. Oh man, and I remember just popping a lot of shit. And I think on my team was Cheyenne. Cheyenne was on my team. Cheyenne Gray, my man.
Cheyenne Gray, right? Okay.
Yeah, he was on my team. Who turned out to be a pretty good player. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Later
Mm,
on, and but yeah, I remember starting and talking, and I couldn't play. And
mm.
so I'm talking in Lamont. It was on a team like I think called the Hawks and Scott Hicks. They beat the shit out of us. But I was awful that first year. Terrible, terrible.
Damn, man.
And then I came back. And then practiced a little. What I thought was practice. And I was a lot better the next year. And by the third year, I was on the All Star team. And then so by the third year, I was on the All Star team. I started winning the MVPs.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
won like
See.
3 of them.
So I think
And
that's where I pretty much caught it. And then we're moving into high school right here. We're going into high school here.
yeah.
And I wasn't there freshman year.
Yeah.
When my sophomore year,
Mm.
your junior
My
year.
yeah.
That's when I see. That's when
Yeah.
for the growth.
Yeah. That's when I got a taste of varsity. I didn't
Mm,
sniff varsity. Well, I didn't even play my freshman year for 2 reasons. I hurt my knee really bad. That was my original knee injury came in football season.
okay.
And on top of that, when I was ready to come back, and then my father wasn't happy with my grades. So I didn't
Mm,
play freshman year. So that was 1 year gone. And then sophomore year, I had to play JV. Um, obviously you aspire to be on the varsity, but
right.
man, our team was stacked. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you got the leaders of like Lamont Adams and
Mm,
Kendall and Ike
mm,
Nelson. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And then the year below them is your brother.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
Damien and
Yeah.
Phil. You know what I
Mm,
mean? All of them. Then we ended up getting AJ came in. You
right.
know,
AJ, yeah.
and then on top of that, in my own class, Lot
Yeah.
had been on there since a freshman. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which says a lot. because you back then you ain't see that happen.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah. That's what we were talking about
and
earlier.
yeah, that was you know what I mean. And so I had to like prove myself all over again. You know what I'm saying? And I had at that time I had limitations still in my
Yeah.
game. Like I didn't like to go right a lot.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had that was the summer where I decided I had to like if I was going to do anything
Mm.
because at a certain age everybody just catch up to you.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? And so whatever used to work for you 2 years, prior, that shit don't work anymore if you haven't evolved your game. And
Right.
so, right, and that's what I tell my son. That's what I tell the boys I coach, and I had to learn that.
Yeah.
And thank God I did, though. So yeah, man. But
Yeah.
it was yeah. So I got there sophomore year. I just played JV, and I did pretty good.
Mm.
I played well. And if I remember correctly, Grip called me up right at the end of the year, like around county tournament time,
Mm.
and I'll never forget. It's because I dunked in practice.
Mm.
That was it. I dunked in practice. He said, "Come on this side."
Wow.
He said, "Come on this side." And I got in the game, and I think in the state tournament, obviously, I forgot. Somebody got in foul trouble. I can't remember. And he's like, "Just go pick up that guy full court."
But you got to play on
Yeah,
your first stage of
yeah,
varsity.
yeah. But like as far as like touching the basketball, don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like don't
Yeah.
even fucking like just go stand in front, stay in front of that guy.
Right.
You
So
know,
and also with that, now when you got in on when you played varsity, that was your junior year, correct?
Yeah,
now,
when I got the
Okay, so now when you went up there and Griff, what was it like when Griff said, "Yo, come play with us"?
that
I
was
know it had
everything.
been an honor.
That was everything, man. That was everything. Coach Griff is a legend, man.
Yeah,
Rest in
man.
peace. I love him. That dude. Just a quick story, man. So last year with my son, he played at Pope John.
Okay.
So I was in the stands at the Dunn Center.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of ball players, if you're a ball player, you know who the name Tom Konchowski is. He's an old white man, tall. He a scout. He been scouting since the 70s. Like he was scouting. He was the first. Like he used to do those 5-star camps back when they did 5-star camps. And he was the first one to say, Michael Jordan. They say Mike Jordan is going to be the man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So Konchowski, I'm there, and we just end up, talking to each other, sitting next to each other. And he's like, "Well, where'd you play?" I'm like, "I played at Hillside." Coach Morris Griffin. He knew immediately who I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is a guy who know everybody in the business. You know what I'm saying? And so, when Griff tell you to come on, that's everything, man.
Yeah.
That's everything, man. Like,
yeah. So that, and then I didn't know, bro. I really thought you played freshman.
No.
JV, but once you went to JV, yo, because like I said, and then I don't know if it was that summer or the summer after when you was on varsity. Senior year. That's when I really saw the leadership, and I knew you was a big Jalen Rose fan.
That was my man. That was my man. Jalen was that was who I tell part of my game after. Now, little did I know at that point I'm only 6'1". I grew, I would grow a couple more inches, but he was 6'8". I'm trying to play like him, but what I figured was he wasn't an elite athlete. I wasn't either.
Mm-hmm.
I could get up above the rim, but I wasn't an elite athlete, especially when you look about what came from our school.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about Snap and LA and all these athletes, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't an A+ athlete, so, but yeah, that was my man. But when I went to go play JV, that's when I got to, make my bones,
Right.
That's when they handed me the keys.
Right. Yeah.
And I could do pretty much what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So there was games I had 35. I also had a game where I went 2 for 20 against Roosevelt Catholic. You know what I mean? But I had that freedom, though. You know what I'm saying? And so that gives you confidence. And that takes you into the off season. You go work, and then you come back the next year. And hopefully you are more improved, even a better player.
Now your senior year.
Yeah.
Your senior year.
Yeah.
When you was the man, who was on that team? Do you remember?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me hear some names, bro. Because
it was me. It was me. It was Lot.
Right.
Now, by Lot, it's still, if being that Lot had been there, it was his team. You know what I'm saying? It was his team because he had been there. He won. He got a state champion jacket. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was his team. I'm there. I'm more firepower to help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was me, Naeem Lynn.
Yeah, that's right. Naeem was there too.
Yeah, I remember Roe.
Roe did, yeah.
Roe was on the team. Roe was nice. You know what I'm saying?
with the ball.
Trying to think. Jason Freeman was on the team.
Really?
Jamil Wineglass as a freshman. Ham, Big Brian Jackson was on the team.
Yeah, remember him? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trying to think who else. Oh man, I hope I'm not forgetting it. Oh, James Miller was on the team.
James, oh my God,
that motherfucker was crazy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean. We ain't
got
to get into all of that, but that's my
man.
man.
But now he was.
But he wants playing. People will remember this. I'll never forget. I can't remember what year it was. Somebody must have stole the ball from him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They got a wide open layup. Some white kid. He fucking just full on pushed. Boom. Right into the fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, they call the ambulance and shit, man. We like, this motherfucker's crazy, man.
Yeah, but
yeah.
It did, but like on the court, like he come down to Central a little bit and everything,
Yeah.
and he actually had that long, lengthy type.
You remember? Yeah, you remember?
You know?
Yeah, James could play. James had talent, man. He was from Irvington.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
but he was not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if he watching, nigga, I'll tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't all there.
Yeah.
Like he get easily rattled. He get mad. He'll hang his head. Like if I was coaching, he would have drove me crazy if I had to coach him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I had something like that dealing with. No, nothing like that, but
yeah, but
Tim Jam, you know.
Yeah,
oh, God.
but so it was an okay team, but it was a mediocre.
Yeah.
I mean, we were mediocre at best. We were like 16-11, and we lost to teams that year. It was. I don't know. I always take that with me. I take that as like that reflects on me. We lost to teams you would never lose to at Hillside. We split with Immaculata.
Yeah.
You never split with Immaculata in basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a sweep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we was playing like overtime games against Dayton. Like,
oh my God!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. But it was also games we was in against. We almost beat Linden.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like in the county tournament.
Mm.
I mean, they went on like a 12-2 run at the end of the game and beat us by like 14. But that game was nip and tuck the whole game. Yeah. You know, you would have never thought we would have hung in that game. And they were ranked in the state. They was like 8th in the state, 10th in the state at the time. Mm. Yeah. So I mean, that year as a season. It was fun because it was fun being like, it's all on you, but we didn't reach our potential. I think we lost in the second round in the state tournament. We beat Jefferson. And I had never knew that part of Jersey, which now I live even further.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know that part of Jersey existed.
Yeah.
And we beat Jefferson and then lost to Roselle in the second round. Yeah. They had Al Harrington too.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken. Right. He wasn't
not like he was.
No. They had other people on that team, man, but he was on the team.
Because he was just like a big guy back then.
That was it.
Played freshman.
Yeah, he hadn't come into his own yet.
Yeah.
So much so that they didn't put him on the floor. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? The second game, I remember him getting in, if I'm not mistaken. But in that state tournament game, I don't think he touched the floor.
Yeah. Because he was, like I said, he played on that freshman team with us.
Yeah.
So I know that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was a big guy on the court.
Right.
You like,
right.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, look what he turned into.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ, right? You know? You never know, you know what I mean? Like, some of these guys are late bloomers. Yeah. You got to grow into your body, too. You got to be tough being 14, 15 years old, being 6'7".
Yeah.
That's definitely not easy.
Now, Now, getting to this, that team right there, I remember them. You had Lil Sean, Eli, Marquese was on that team.
Me and Say played a lot because he was on my team in Biddy basketball.
Right.
He was on my team in Biddy basketball a couple years. I'm sorry, I forgot him on that team.
Yeah.
That's my mistake. I'm sorry. He was on that team. Yeah, and you know what? So now, like, think about it, man. Like, Say's on that team.
He turned out to be
my father. Yeah, and I take it back to my father. That's two guys who my father coached aren't even here with us anymore. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about him and Benny Greer.
Right. Big
and then on top of that, when we talk about high school, people I played with who ain't here no more. AJ, Marquese, we barely 40, man.
Yeah, damn.
You know what I mean? And so yeah, but Say was on that team, man. Say was a beast.
Yes, he
was. Physical beast.
Yes.
He was chiseled out of granite.
Yeah.
Marquese Hawkins,
Yes.
Like, he was a good dude, the best dude. For real, stand-up dude. I miss him.
I remember we used to hang out together and play in his backyard, and it was just me and him ball. We used to take it like all day, all night. Me and him ball. That's until I found out about Central.
Uh-huh.
Which brings us to the next joint.
Uh-huh.
Central Park.
Central. Yeah.
Now, you was up the hill guy. Like, for those that
Yeah.
don't know, you got up the hill, you got down the hill. You got
Right.
the town that's up the hill,
Mm-hmm.
and you can walk past your house up the hill.
Mm-hmm.
To Central when you first got
My
there.
first.
Ball.
As a serious ball player?
Yes. And, you know,
Just,
we played as a kid at the park there.
yeah, but as a kid, but I'm talking about when your name is attached to it now. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? You want to go out there and rock and not get embarrassed.
Yeah.
And more than hold your own. That's what you're going out there. You going out there bust somebody's ass, but they coming at you too. Yo, for Hillside to be so small,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Produce a lot of basketball players, man.
Yes.
I mean, players, money. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you come down there and Delvon Arrington down there.
Right.
That's my man. Me and him would train. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get up, you know, when we was like 15, we get up at 5:30 in the morning, train at Central. He was an animal, you know what I mean? And then we'll work out till 9:30 and then do it again at 12, you know, and then, you know, he'd be playing till midnight, you know what I mean? Like, we just ball. So, yeah, so Central, and then, again, down there.
Then you look at it.
And think about it. So, down there, you got Delvon Arrington, you got his brother Dwayne.
Yeah.
You got Daryl Purnell. You know, now, before my time, like, Mazik, you know what I'm saying? I never played against Mazik, but he was a good friend of mine, a good friend of my sister's. Rest in peace. Tat, you would see Tat down there. And again, by the time I was playing down there, Tat wasn't down there anymore. But I would go down there and watch Tat when I was younger.
Right.
You know, but when I'm, you know, Snap, LA, you know what I mean? Ike Nelson, you know what I mean? And you get cats from that, you know, that went to St. Pat's coming down there. Forget my dude named Reggie. I forgot his name, man. We used to, you know, he had the braids and shit. Yo, it was I forgot he played at St. Pat's though. I forgot his name. Reggie, I forget his name. I forget it. Yeah, his name escapes me, you know. But yeah, dude, it was just ballers. And grown men, like you was considered a man. If you step on that court, you 14, 15. It don't matter now because these niggas coming down there 25, 26, 27, early 30s. We all the same age now.
Reggie
so they're not going to take. Is that his name?
Yeah, I think that's his name. Damien just said it, yeah.
Is that his name? Okay. Oh, Day. What up, Day? Yeah.
He called you Mr. Left Hand himself. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the first thing I instilled in my son. The first thing was his weak hand. You know what I mean? Like that was the first thing I did. You know, and because it took me a while to develop that. You can't be any type of player if you one dimensional. You know. But yeah. So it was kill or be killed, man.
Yeah.
Kill or be killed. You didn't have to go to Elizabeth. You didn't have to go to Newark. We could stay right there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like for real. You know? Yeah, man.
Truth, man. And I mean, like, where I get into these conversations with you guys, and I'll talk to because you're amongst the greats now.
Oh man,
that's why you're here.
Man.
I had Damien up here, Phil up here, Tat was up here. Snap, I gotta get Snap back up on
here. Yeah.
And a few others, man. Hey, man. You made it. This is how you know you made it. Quarantine time, basketball talk on my show.
Dude, I'm honored that you would even say something like that. I really appreciate that. Honestly, man, you know, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. You know,
fun fact. Fun fact, though. Check this out. I don't know if you remember, but you was the only guy that I knew when I think we were moving up. We had the whole transition with 7th, 8th graders going to WOK, and then we had I guess you guys were doing something. Never forget this day. We were doing something. The teachers were introducing the kids or something, and they was like, "Well, y'all were doing a project trying to show us younger guys." And we came in, and I knew you because I knew Kyle. So I'm like, "All right, let me go in." So I go in, sit right next to you. You show me how to do some type of science project.
What?
Yeah, that was
you saw this is me?
Yes, it was you. Yes.
That's crazy.
That's a throwback for you. I don't think nothing. I got the mind of an elephant.
That is amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Are you seriously? You're not fucking with me?
I'm not.
I don't remember that.
I don't forget anything. I remember when you came out on to Central, and you ran it like a 4 general, and then you used to always talk about Jalen Rose. And that's how.
Yeah. Yo, it's fun.
Huh?
No, it's funny. People tell me different stories, whether they basketball or non-basketball related, and
Mm.
sometimes I can't recall them.
Wow.
Like seriously, it's crazy.
Well, we getting up there, but like I said, like I told
Hey,
you, I said, yo, you could ask me what I had for breakfast. I couldn't tell you shit. Ask me
right,
something that I knew like a couple in anything in the '90s. I know it like yesterday.
right, right,
I don't know why. I don't know if that's a gift or what, but anything.
right, right. No, that's a, no. Hopefully you can keep that.
Yeah,
You
man.
know, because those memories are everything, man.
Telling you. That's what I said. I got to
Everything.
get you on here. I'm still looking for Kendall. I got to get Snap back on here. Vic Wells. What do you think about that guy? Vic
Vic,
Wells.
he a legend.
Mm.
You know, he one of the first. You know what I mean? Like that dude is you know the name Vic Wells if you were born and bred in Hillside.
Yeah,
Ain't no way you can't not know that name.
right. Yeah,
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
I'm
Like
waiting for him, man.
that
I know
name
he
is
got some
that
stories.
yeah, that name is basketball royalty in our town.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
he Vic
yeah.
Wells and Tat
Mm-hmm.
Tucker,
Yeah.
James Mazik,
Zeke, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Lamar Adams.
Right.
You know, even somebody like Snap, you know, these dudes are on, you know what I mean? They on another level, you know, as
Right.
far as we
And I had
concerned,
to.
you
And
know.
then we got the brothers now. Now, see, your brother was
And on top of and your brother, man, that was
oh,
another thing. Your brother, like
I'm
my
talking.
junior year,
Yeah,
he was, you know, him and Damian and Phil, they did their
yeah,
best on that team. You know what I'm saying? We lost to Mendham
mm,
to end the season. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
but I was proud to be part of that team. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
And
Like, yeah.
this is what I'm telling you because I had Damien on, I had the Kenny and Phil on. Kenny was on
Uh-huh.
yesterday, had Phil
Uh-huh.
on Friday, and
And Kenny was with that team with Dwayne Arrington and them on
yeah,
91,
yeah,
92.
right,
Kenny Moore could play his ass off. Kenny
yeah,
Moore, the Moores could play some ball. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
I told
man,
you
yeah,
they both got that slick. And Phil was talking
yeah,
about the slick move, and then Kenny
yeah.
was talking about last night. I was like, yeah, oh
Uh,
yeah, I'm motherfuckers knew.
well, they come by it honest though. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah,
humble. You know what I mean? So yeah, those are two. You know, yeah, both of them represented the hillside well. Both of them. Yeah, man.
and I
Yeah.
got this for you. I got the well, before I get that to you, I got this for you. The brothers, that's what I was saying. The brothers ballers, like we had Phil and Kenny, you had
Devon
Devon,
Dwayne. Yep.
you had Damien said some team. Damien, who them boys you was talking about? They were white boys, they came over and they played well.
What?
He look at the bottom, he'll tell you in a minute. Those guys came over, and who else was it? It was just a set of brothers. Me and Kurt was something different though. Like I was getting ready to play, he was already ready. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that was just
Mm-hmm.
like a whole different ball game. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, when I finally got my time to shine, they with the inspiration from Phil gave me inspiration. The Brandon brothers, yeah, there they go. They from Elizabeth. Yeah.
I don't know them. Where would they come in? When they come in?
That was about your time too though, honestly.
Was it?
Like 96, 97, 98,
I don't know
95,
them.
95, 96, 97, 98, I want to say.
Okay.
But they always stayed at Central. They was always at Central, no matter what. But they was there.
That's shame on me then. That's
Yeah,
on me then. That's my bad.
one
Yeah.
of them must have shut your lights out there.
They must have. They must have. And they hit me with the Men in Black light.
Yeah,
Because I don't have no fucking recollection of that shit, man.
tell
You know
you,
what I'm
yeah, Rich and Mike, yeah,
yeah. All right. That's on me. That's
yeah,
on me, man. But yo, listen, man, I couldn't have come from a better basketball town. Like
yeah,
for real. For the size. For the
exactly,
size,
yeah. Because we
bruh.
weren't known for no big guys. I think our biggest guy was probably like Chimo
Chimo, and then we ended up getting Carlton. He was a bum. I'm sorry
who
if
was that?
Carlton watching. I hope he ain't watching.
Who's that?
I don't know. Let Damien tell you.
I must have missed
They
him.
remember
I haven't
Carlton,
missed him.
yo. You remember Carlton? You know,
Carlton.
Carlton was like 6'11", man. He was like 6'11". And he was useless as a fucking I
Yeah,
don't
Damian
know,
Ladder.
but
I must have forgot
yeah.
him. I had to forget him. He must have been ass.
Dude, let me tell you something, man. I'm trying to think of things that are more useless on the back, you know. But I love them, but shit, yeah, bro. Yeah, but I
Carlton.
think, but we come from sectional championships, man.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like that means something.
yeah.
You
And
know,
now,
from in a public school,
yeah, exactly.
you know,
So now,
that
what you got going on now? Well, like, I don't know that you're coaching.
that
Me, you, and Kim
yeah
coaching.
yeah
We got to set
yeah
something up.
yeah. I would love. Well, you know, I had to stop coaching. You
Mm.
know, I settled into the day-to-day grind like everybody else. I was coaching my son. When you made me, you know, when you were asking me about bitty basketball in my time, and I started to recollect, it reminded me it was almost the same because his first year he was terrible, my son.
Mm.
And I would just say, just stand in the corner because we had these other two studs who were a year older. I was like, just get out the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then so he come at the end of the year, he like, yo, Dad, I want to be good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what that means?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's like, yes. He now at this point he's 7 years old. I'm like, okay. So it was many a days where he would go home crying. You know, but again, I say that to say this. It was almost like the same kind of path up until this point that we shared. You know, it was terrible, and then he became more than respectable. You know what I mean? Like in this area, one of the better players. You know what I mean? In his age group. And so you know, yeah. So right now I'm just in the day-to-day grind, working. I'm still working. You know, I hope everybody's being safe out there.
Yeah.
You know, I should have led with that. I'm still working. I'm in the day-to-day grind, just making sure my son is safe and that those around me are safe, man. As I hope all of you are. You know.
Right. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get out of here, because I know we got like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Top 5 ballers, either that you ever played with in Hillside High or played with at Central. Ever, if you can remember Central, but top 5 that you ever played with in Hillside High. You can include yourself if you want.
No, I would not. No. Lamont Adams.
Okay.
Snap. I love Kirk. Kirk could ball, man. And I need more than 5 because here's the thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying this because I know they may or may not be watching. But I'm sorry, man, because I saw them since we all grew up together.
Yeah.
Like me, Roger Wingate, all of them. We was all on all-star teams together. Damian Dunn, Phil. And I got to put Phil and Damian up there.
Yeah. Oh, there you
because
go.
we won. People don't understand. Me and Phil and Damian and we won. Like we came up in Biddy and we was in all-star teams. We won tournaments. They probably remember that tournament we got cheated in. I don't know if they remember that when they already had the other team's names on the trophy and shit.
What?
Yeah. I wonder if they remember that, you know. Yeah. And so I'm a year behind them dudes. And I remember when we lost to Mendham, I was heartbroken for them. You know what I mean? I would feel that the next year when I lost to Roselle. And I remember, and Phil was inconsolable, You know, and I get it. You know, I was lucky I got to play a couple more years, in school. But yeah, I got to play a couple more years in school after that, and so I was a little lucky when it came to that, but it was never the same. Like if anybody tell you if they ever get a chance to play in college, it's not the same, man. It's not the same as high school, man. Oh, not even a little bit. Definitely not the same. I was so unhappy there. You know what I mean?
Where'd you go?
West Virginia State.
Oh.
Yeah. I had offers to play. The thing was I had offers to play. I know we got to get out of here. I had offers to play at all these D3 schools. And I had 2 D2 schools. One pulled out, and the only D2 school left was West Virginia State. I went there. I loved it there. There's people still there that I love, lifelong friends, but the basketball situation was horrific. So, yeah, man, it is what it is. I'm happy about my journey, though.
No, but that's what's up, man. As long like I told Damien, as long as you had fun and did what you had to do, you still here, you still breathing, you good.
God willing, I'm here. Thank God, and I'm glad to see that, you and people I grew up with, y'all still here and healthy, and y'all have families of your own, man. That shit, it makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see all of us grow old, if we can.
Right.
Yeah. So, man, yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah, well, ladies and gentlemen, we just had Marquese up on here. That's another one in the books. Tomorrow, I don't know who coming up. It might be a surprise. Like I tell people, I do it like drink champs. Yeah, I'll let you know the day of.
If it was drink champs, I'll be able to smoke on here.
Hey, you can do whatever you want.
No. When this camera go off, it's going down now.
Yeah. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, this is my man, Marquese Braxton, man. We out of here.
All right, peace. Thanks for having me, brother.
No doubt, man. Good luck.
All right, we'll talk soon. Y'all be good. Be safe.
Peace.